Hello. Welcome to The Back Road. My name is Ethan Levesque, better known online as The Main Man. Using the ideas and principles that have guided my own career and life goals through business, marketing, and creativity, I'm here to discuss the strategies that actually help to build strong relationships with your audience, no matter the platform. Coming up on The Back Road, I take us for a stroll down memory lane and explain why I joined TikTok back in 2018 and how I found my first 50,000 followers. I also talk your ear off about why your brand should be posting one piece of video content per day, if not two or three. I could go on. And I beg you to limit your sales-oriented posts online to 1 in every 7. All of that and more just around the corner. Welcome to episode 31. Today's theme is putting yourself out there, showing a bit of vulnerability, being willing to be poopy at something for the sake of not being poopy at it a year from now. But before we get into all of that, at this juncture, I'd like to talk about growth. See, I believe growth is exponential. Case in point, it took me 8 years to figure out how to tie my own shoes as a kid, but 8 years after that, I was able to showcase 20 different knots as a Boy Scout. Oh. Was that example too dorky for you? Here's another. In middle school, we measured how fast we could type by words per minute. But now that I have to write 20-page podcast scripts every other week, I measure in pages per hour. Or dorky example number 3, the first time I solved a Rubik's Cube took me 5 days with help. And the second time only took me 4 hours. Now I can guarantee a solution in under 2 minutes, but I digress. And I have no regrets about how I've spent my time in my life, and I don't know why you'd ask me that. Being willing to put yourself out there and try something, knowing that you're going to be bad at it, is really the only way to get better at doing that thing. It's option 1 and 2. After all, you can't hit a home run without first learning to swing the bat. You can't write a best-selling novel without first learning your ABCs. And you can't perform a heel-side front flip on a wakeboard without first learning how to swim. All of us are where we are right now because of the things we were willing to try years ago. Speaking of years ago, Mac invented the all-in-one desktop with graphical user interface, and now I have music in my pocket and a laptop powerful enough to write, record, and edit this podcast without breaking a sweat. Years ago, Amazon invented a faster way to sell books, and now they put YouTubers in space for fun. Years ago, Google invented a method of scouring the internet for targeted results, and now they have their hands in so much new stuff, like AI, cellular, computers, marketing, etc., that new generations of kids think Google is the internet. And you know what all of these companies have in common? They started in their garage. Imagine what you could accomplish years from now if you tried something new today, even if it's just in your basement. Well, you got to start somewhere, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of this episode, shall we? So what? I used to make YouTube videos alone in my room growing up, like most teenagers circa 2008. I mean, I was one of like 3 in my hometown, and I was definitely the only one doing it after I was 18. Weirdo! But hey, I only had 5 kids in my class, and the poll audience wasn't that big, so maybe I'm not so weird. The point is, I spent basically 6 years and 100+ videos experimenting with an art form. But it felt good when the school bus driver nodded at me and said, "Saw your video, Main Man." Made me laugh. One of those every couple of months was really all the validation I needed to keep going. Through high school, anyway. Then college happened, and we all know that that's around the point in life where you get smacked in the face with a pretty overwhelming dose of independence and accountability. And all you can really do is buckle up and hope for a smooth ride. I mean, I still made videos as much as I could, but without free time, it was certainly harder to do. So it made sense that after 6 years from graduating high school, when I found myself working for a marketing firm that wanted to put me on camera in some internal videos, I was a little out of practice. I spent so much time learning how cameras worked and how to tell stories and how to edit better and flashier that I inadvertently weakened my skills on camera. So we hit record on the teleprompter to record a 90-second script, and lo and behold, it was crap. Equal or less than crap. Crap! It took over 30 minutes to record a fun promotion. I couldn't read the lines right. I slurred my words, I spoke too quickly, and I was sweatier than a nervous squirrel in a room full of rocking chairs. I'm actually almost positive we never even posted it. That scene would actually haunt me if it ever got out. No, actually, I changed my mind. I'd like to see it. Bring it on. Turns out, being on camera is actually pretty hard. To most people, being under the lights with everyone looking at you under a microscope is a waking nightmare. And it was for me too. But what's worse is I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I thought I was going to do okay. I thought, hey, I've been on camera 100 times before and I can read 40 pages an hour, hashtag callback, and I can do this. But I couldn't. I didn't. I sucked butt, like a mosquito in a zoo. And when I got home that night, I felt absolutely humiliated. I thought I would do better than that. I was better than that. I mean, don't we all know what it's like to smoke up a room when you thought you were going to start a fire? But for some reason that night, out of nowhere, I felt the urge to post my first TikTok video on the back of that mess, thus jumpstarting the era of my life I now refer to as vengeance. I sat on a bed in a cold room. I bit an apple in half, and I thought it was funny, so I posted it. And the next morning, I had 800 views. Not much by the standards of today, sure, but 800 views overnight was more action than I'd seen in my entire high school experience on YouTube. So it felt good. It wasn't just my bus driver and my mom watching anymore, it was actual strangers. Real strangers. I figured, hey, free platform, free exposure, free practice. Over the next couple months, maybe I should post a couple more times. So I did. I was a TikTok channel with no identity, no vision, and no idea what to do. So the only thing I could do was have fun with it. You know, the funny thing about starting out with no direction is that everything is a possibility. I made a Christmas video because I thought it would be trendy. I posted jokes in my car on my lunch breaks because nobody could see me record it. I posted videos of my pets. I posted the food I cooked. I posted my opinions on movies. I posted everything I could think of that I thought might possibly be interesting to a stranger. And then I found a rhythm. I started a Joke of the Day series. I talked about projects I was working on. I focused on things I liked. I learned what kind of jokes I liked telling by realizing what jokes were off the table for me. I learned to play with facial expressions by lip-syncing each other's videos. I learned how to enunciate by constantly messing up and starting over. Because figuring it out is how you find your authentic self. You don't find your voice by intentional design. You find it through practice over time. And the same way posting made me better on camera, it also gained me a better understanding of the platform. Analyzing my views and interactions and making adjustments based on the results and feedback taught me to interpret patterns, to predict trends, and reach new audiences by altering how I used hashtags, music, and titles. So not only did practice develop my voice and my actual posts, but it also developed my audience. Sure, it took me 3 months to breach 2,000 views on a video, but it only took 1 month after that to hit my first 10,000. And by the 4-month mark, I was able to reach 40,000 views semi-regularly and had found 10,000 interactive followers. At this point, I learned that consistency in posting was just as important as my authenticity, as the platform rewarded my behavior just as much as the posts themselves. By posting every day at specific times in specific styles with specific music and according to specific patterns, I would see exponential growth in my results. And 2 months after developing my own posting strategy, I hit 50,000 followers. 50,000 people with a positive opinion for me. 50,000 people to watch, like, comment, and share my stuff. 50,000 people symbolically asking me to provide them with more. By trying to get better every day, I figured out how to yield results. I was vulnerable personally, and it yielded results. I was vulnerable publicly, and it yielded results. I was vulnerable professionally, though I felt that part was questioned by my peers a lot, and it yielded results. That journey to 50,000, that journey to 50K was a crash course in social media marketing, content management, script writing, video production, audio engineering, and search engine optimization. It also boosted my confidence, helped me overcome imposter syndrome at my workplace, got me hired by new clients, gave me a little extra cash in my pocket, and finally provided me with the opportunity to entertain in a way that I had only dreamed of. Getting out there put me in a position to find myself, to better myself, and to be proud of myself. I'm proud of you! It gave me new opportunities, taught me new lessons, and inspired new perspectives on life. Getting out there improved my future, gave me peace in my past, and inspired my present. I know it sounds like wishy-washy stuff, but this is the reality of my life. Yeah, still, people ridiculed me along the way, but I had 50,000 bus drivers cheering me on. What did I have to fear? So in conclusion, I sucked. I tried. I adjusted. I improved. I conquered. And with this week's Earful, your brand can conquer too. I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off right here. If you're a business, a brand, or simply a person who wants to have fun and develop an attentive audience, you must be posting one piece of video content per day. God, I want to yell it. One piece of video content a day. I know, it sounds hard. It's too much work. We don't have the capacity. We don't have the resources. We don't have the energy to spend playing around on TikTok. We're not an entertainment company. We're an insert your industry here company. If that's your boss, share this with them, because this is where they're wrong. You are an entertainment company. This day and age, organic marketing is a great shot at success. It's your best shot at success. Having 50,000 people paying attention to you, who like you, who would potentially, maybe, if you ask nicely, probably would buy the thing that you're trying to sell, that's a pretty damn good investment to have in your back pocket. So buck up, mister, grit your teeth and crack a few jokes on camera, because being active on social media encourages more opportunities your way, inspires more conversations, and frankly leads to more sales. Period. End of the conversation. If you're a company who wants to succeed beyond 2025, it's best you realize that managing your content creation is just as important to your business as paying your bills, training your staff, and maintaining your equipment. So I'll say it again for the people in the back. You must be posting one piece of video content per day. Though for best results, 2 to 3 would be more beneficial, but one mountain at a time. First, you have to wrap your mind around what 7 videos a week actually looks like. That's coming up with and writing 7 ideas. That's editing 7 videos. And unless you can record each of them in one take, it's probably going to take some time to get through. 7 videos is 7 titles, 7 thumbnails, and roughly 70 hashtags. It's responding to comments, inspecting your analytics, and paying attention to trends for hours. 7 videos a week is inarguably a lot. That's why you need a plan. Not a strategy, a plan. A playbook of strategies, if you will. A playbook that contains everything at your disposal, like content calendars, script templates, shoot schedules, idea banks, software's plugins and styles, as well as branded hashtags, music, fonts, colors, and graphics. Something that one person can reference and complete an entire month, if not a full year of content without breaking the bank, consuming all of their time, or disrupting your operations. Because a visionary plan with a consistent strategy and efficient workflow can get you so much time back in your pocket. And a good place to start is by making a content map. Start by considering where your audience is each day, what they're up to, where their problems are, what they're facing, what they're feeling. Then consider each day of the week a campaign, something that recurs on the same day of the week in the same format but with new content. Then just make a video concept that can be recycled and rewritten that satisfies your target audience's need on that day. My target audience is primarily young working adults, meaning they are tired and anxious on Mondays. So that's why I give them chill and motivational content on Mondays. My audience is typically busy or working with intermittent breaks on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, right? They have a job. So I give them fun, energetic, and catchy content to take them out of their life. My audience is usually wrapping up the work week and escaping for recreational activities on Fridays and Saturdays. So I give them relevant and trendy content to coincide with their personal lives. And lastly, Sunday, my audience is typically not online. They're somewhere else doing other fun things, I guess. I don't know, they're busy doing personal tasks and spending times with their loved ones, stupid stuff like that. And so that's the day I test out new ideas, because it doesn't matter. No one's listening anyway. It's the perfect time to post something new. There's no risk. So if your mission is to make a post that satisfies the needs of your target audience, how do you approach your content? You rise. R-I-S-E. Each letter represents one of the 4 types of missions a social media post should accomplish. Relate to your audience, inform your audience, sell to your audience, or entertain your audience. Relate, inform, sell, entertain. If Mondays are your target audience's least favorite day of the week, then relate to them with something they do like. If they're scrolling endlessly on Wednesdays, post a longer video, something more interesting that informs them of something new and relevant, or just teaches them something interesting. If Thursdays are when they're most active online, try to make a sale. Though I'll explain later why you should be cautious with that one. And lastly, if Saturday is when they have fun by skiing, camping, bar hopping, or playing chess in the park, then keep up the fun with an entertaining and funny sketch. To do this, I highly recommend a visual tool. My personal preference is a spreadsheet. Love a spreadsheet. Create a file organized by day of the week that includes the mission, the campaign title, a synopsis, as well as any conceptualized outline, catchphrase, or style. And just fill it out. When a full week of content lives in that document, you have a full content map. But wait, there's more! Duplicate your week 4 times and you go from a content map to a content calendar. 30 videos in 30 days is a pretty great plan. And with a templated and easily repeatable pattern to reference, you only have one more choice to make. How do you want to film it? Do you want to dedicate an hour a day to each post? Do you want to create each week of content every Wednesday? Or my personal favorite, do you want to write all 30 of your pieces of content on the first of the month, film all 30 on the second, and edit and schedule all 30 on the third, thus providing you with a 27-day runway to work on literally anything else? Efficient and effective. That's the name of the game. If you're caught up and just stuck on what to post, just give your social feeds a good scroll and find some inspiration. But here are the styles you're most likely to stumble upon. You'll see a daily campaign of some sort, like a joke of the day, recipe of the day, lesson of the day, yada yada. You'll see storytelling in the form of scripted sketches. You'll see straight to cameras where people deliver a message. You guessed it, straight to the camera. You'll see vlogs, get ready with me's, DIYs, how it works, podcast clips, industry opinions, controversial banter, and montages of interesting stuff. Just pick a format, pick a vibe, pick a mission, and have fun. In conclusion, producing 1 video a day isn't that hard. 7 videos a week isn't that hard. And 30 videos a month isn't that hard. But it is time consuming. That's why most small brands and businesses aren't producing at that rate, at least not for video content. Most brands are willing to post on social media every day, but they still fail to provide video consistently. And unfortunately for them, text is not as intriguing as video, and nor is photo. Because video is psychologically able to capture and hold attention at a rate much more successful than other mediums on social media. That means that as a brand, it is now silly to continue avoiding consistent video production, especially considering that today's audiences prefer to buy from companies that they love and trust. Without existing on social media, without putting yourself out there and showcasing who you are, without giving people something to respect, you will find no loyalty. Well, we're almost out of the woods, but we're not there yet. Let's take a detour. So you're putting out 7 videos a week. Congratulations. Let's talk shop. I know you want to sell your products. You want to advertise your services. You want to promote your propaganda. But every time, all the time, till the end of time is not the way to do it. That's how you piss off an audience into clicking not interested on your ass. Every post cannot be sales-oriented. Please, for the love of Gary Vaynerchuk, sear that into your brain. Every post cannot be sales-oriented. Websites are for sales. Commercials are for sales. Paid ads, sales. Social media, that's for relationships. That's why you've got to limit your sales posts to roughly 1 in 7. If you're posting 1 a day, that means 1 sales post per week. If you're posting twice a day, that's 2 a week. And if you want to post a sales pitch every day, then you better be prepared to post 210 times a month. Have you ever downloaded a game to your phone and after every round of gameplay, 30 seconds of ads will steal your time? Doesn't matter how many times you hit the X button, they just keep repopulating. Don't you hate that? Annoying a player is how you get a game deleted. Have you ever had a waiter check in every 3 minutes to see how it's going when you're in the middle of a delicate conversation? Don't you hate that? Annoying your patrons is how you lose your tips. Have you ever been in a movie theater and someone loudly guzzles down their Dr. Pepper and rustles their Sour Patch Kids around during the quietest and most emotional scene? Don't you hate that? Breaking the immersion is how you lose the magic of the experience. So limiting your sales-oriented posts to 1 out of 7 is just low enough to keep your audience from getting annoyed any more frequently, and you'll have an effect on their patience. Your content should be a balance of value, entertainment, and conversation. So give the other 6 posts the opportunity to educate, inspire, and simply connect with your audience. Show off your process, share stories, and engage in trends without shoving a pitch into every frame. When your audience feels like you're there for more than just their wallets, they'll be a lot more inclined to listen when you do make a pitch. Social media is a long game. It's not about bombarding your audience with sales. It's about building a relationship with them over time. Play it right, and you'll turn your audience into a community, a powerful thing. Because a community turns into customers who stick around. The 1 in 7 rule is about putting the people you serve first and making a sale second, which coincidentally usually leads to more sales anyway. So shut up. Because marketing isn't always about making the sale right now. Sometimes it's just about being on top of their mind when the time comes to buy years from now. Thanks for listening. Thank you for walking the back road with me. I've been Ethan Levesque, here to help you accomplish your business, marketing, and creative goals. The end of this journey has come, but with 30 episodes behind us now, way to go, and many more ahead of us, there's plenty more to learn. A little bit of exciting news, the Northern Oak Tournament Season 2 is scheduled to release in February. The Northern Oak Tournament is a hilarious golf showdown featuring Maine's finest and funniest, all to raise awareness of the Heart of Maine United Way's mission to support our local community and the people in it. Watch Jedi of Maine Cabin Masters, Adam Hatch, Corey Ford, Jeremy Grant, Greg Hirsch, Emily Bartley, and Subhan Fanthi as they strategize their way through chaotic golf play. This is golf like you've never seen before, so catch up on Season 1 on YouTube before the new season airs. Don't forget to follow The Maine Man on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And if you have any questions regarding your brand, reach out via my website, northernoakmedia.com. Catch new episodes of The Back Road every other Wednesday at noon, wherever podcasts are found. And remember, you can get there from here. Bonjour. With our recording today, I didn't even open any of my drinks. Like most teenagers circa 9 to 4. Crap! One of those every couple of months was really all the validation. Balls. Weirdo! I'm back up. I'm back up! Okay. Who's texting me? I don't care. If only I wrote this, I might be able to figure it out. Oh wait, I did that. I did write this. Then I'm gonna drink a Schweppes.